Well, hello everybody. This is Walter Rice, and what I want to do in this video is, as you probably will be able to tell, is definitely unscripted. But what I want to talk about is something called Bucks4Bids, and this is a strategy that I've developed and promote, and have a lot of other friends that are utilizing this strategy to. As a result of watching, being very critical of what we saw was going on in the penny auction industry, and we looked at it at a time and was very critical of it because we didn't understand it. And then we finally understood it and saw what was happening. But then at that time, there was some major challenges happening with one of the only main penny auction that allows an entrepreneur to participate. When I say an entrepreneur, I'm talking about people that are familiar with the network marketing and multi-level marketing industry to participate. And at the same time, even though we looked at some of the risks involved, we determined that it would be risky not to be involved in the program, in the penny auction that we were talking about, and I'll be right up front, it's Zeek Rewards, because if we didn't have a crystal ball, and we knew that Zeek Rewards had a lot of good attorneys, and if Zeek Rewards lasted another year, 2 years, 5 years, it would be risky not to be involved because of the potential money that could have been earned as an affiliate with Zeek Rewards. So one of the things that I'm trying to get across to people is that if you're going to be involved in a penny auction, and the people that are making a lot of money in the penny auctions are the ones that can afford to, quote-unquote, get all in with bids. And Zeek allows $10,000 to be purchased in sample bids by an affiliate. So most people that are looking at Zeek Rewards didn't have $10,000, let alone $5,000, let alone $1,000, or maybe even $500 to put into a program that had high potential and was rewarding affiliates handsomely. But at the same time, if you're going to take your kids' college education money, or you're going to take your 401 IRA money that you've set aside for your retirement, it would be risky to place that money into a program like Zeek Rewards, regardless of how well other people were doing with the program. So I said, well, hey, there's got to be a way of generating the additional cash in an outside source that would provide enough money in a shorter period of time that you can justify putting a lump sum of money for bids in a penny auction and not really be that bent out of shape if for whatever reason you lost the money, because it was something that you could recreate relatively easily. So I came up with this concept. It's been refined. I've just launched this blog called Bucks4Bids, and one of the things that I really talk about is having an end game, and trying to, most people don't even know what the word end game means, and I'm trying to convey to people that you've got to have an end game strategy in the event that you lose your job, you get sick, you're involved in a business and the business goes out of business. You have to have an end game. And let me move this over here. Now, this little chart here, this kind of summarizes what I'm trying to say here. Your main priority is your end game, and your end game is retirement income, and cash flow. And a lot of people I talk to that are involved in entrepreneurial type marketing, they really can't see any further than that, and that's a reason why they jump from one company to another, to another, to another, to another, because they really don't have an end game philosophy. They're not in that business to fund something that is going to protect them in the event that they can't work. Okay, and a network marketing company, a penny auction, that is not what I call a real asset, okay, or owning a real asset. If you talk to Robert Kiyosaki, even your home is not an asset. So we're talking about real assets and investments, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, or maybe even on another video. Secondly, your auction games. Fast growing online is one of the fastest growing online niche markets out there right now are penny auctions. And as much money as you can make in a penny auction, your penny auction strategy should be in part to generate cash flow so that you can put into real assets. Because again, this is all superficial. Okay, even the stock market is superficial. So you should have part of your investments in assets not in the stock market, but in real tangible assets that have some type of value in the event the stock market, dries up and shrivels away. Now, again, the way that you make money relatively quickly in a penny auction is by purchasing a larger amount of what's called sample bids or free bids that the company uses to attract new affiliates and new customers. So we have looked and participated in several high leverage, quick return team building funding programs that we use not only to pay bills and take care of our advertising and marketing, but to allow the upfront money to get all in penny auctions, which in turn is providing money for real assets. And again, the high Bucks4Bids also can fund real asset purchases, skipping the penny auctions. And I think that anybody that's making money with any of these programs that we're promoting should take a percentage of that to put right into some type of savings, buying gold and silver, using a percentage of it to pay off debt, and a percentage of it to put into penny auctions, a percentage of it to use for advertising, reinvestment in advertising. Okay, so this is what a real life Bucks4Bid type scenario looks like, and this started back in actually April, and this past winter, when I finally realized what penny auctions were about and how wrong I was in my assessment of penny auctions and why I needed to be involved. So we found a program and started working that program, and this slide basically shows what happened as far as commissions, the commissions that I earned in the program, and then it shows when I joined Zeek Rewards, and it also shows what I did with my commissions after I started, when I felt I earned enough to be able to put into the purchase of bids. And at the time when I started, the only company that was available was Zeek Rewards. Bidify shortly opened its doors after I started earning commissions. So I put a little bit of money, joined and put a little bit of money into Bidify. So let's go back to, let's see, I apologize here. This is a further diagram of my Bucks4Bids. And again, the end game, real assets and investments, silver and gold, real estate, mining stocks, other. Okay, money available for penny auctions, Zeek, and or Bidify, or future auctions. Because I'm not one of these guys that are going to sit here and tell you that this company is better than the next. There are distinct differences and advantages, pluses and minuses with all the companies that are involved. My attitude is, why not make enough money where you can participate in several different programs and reduce your risk in the event that something happens to one of the companies you're participating in. Okay, so again, you start with the end game and work backwards. Okay, this is where you want to be. The problem with real assets, silver and gold, real estate, mining stocks right now, is that you don't have money. You don't have the upfront money to invest in these type of investments. Okay, you should, but you don't. Okay, penny auctions, highly profitable for those that can participate with a lump sum of money, anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000, and obviously that's the max, but you don't need that much to participate to get started. But to max it out, you're looking at $10,000 to $30,000, and you need to leave that money in those programs in order to earn what's called daily leadership bonuses, because these companies, these auctions are held daily, and the profits that are made are paid daily to as a percent on the money that is left with the company that the company holds to make available for sample bids to new affiliates and customers. Okay, so you have to have money, cash flow, in order to be in a position to let that money sit and grow. Okay, so if you don't have a high-paying job, not a lot of disposable income that you can set aside for something risky like this, then you're going to have to try to develop a team of people that want to participate in a high-leverage, quick-return, team-building funding program. And I've listed 3 here. We're introducing the 4th company that we are really excited about on our blog. And again, I'm not here to promote any particular company. I'm just promoting the concept that you have to be focused on your end game and then have a way of highly leveraging money and quickly get into programs like penny auctions and then into real assets. So we'll go back here to the blog. I've provided several articles, a link with several articles that talk about penny auctions, positive and negative. And let's go here. The third important page, the actual programs that provide the quick cash and team building, is on the third link here. One of the things that we're going to do is provide a real what I call a live action, which is basically a place where affiliates can go during the day to get signed up and trained on how to actually put this together. So we're pretty excited about that. Hopefully this makes sense. Take the time to look at these graphics here and just basically see right here that this is starting in May and the end of May to the beginning of August. It took me less than 90 days to be able to do this. Now that we've kind of refined and see what works and what is working, you're going to be able to do this within your first 30 days or less. Basically get in a situation where you can basically get into a program like Zeek or Bidify or any of the newer penny auctions that's starting with a significant amount of bids that will start seeing some significant I hate to use the word returns. They're not really returns, but bonuses that are paid on a daily basis for your participation. Okay, this has been Walt. Hopefully this video helped explain what we're doing here at Bucks4Bids, and look forward to working with you one-on-one or in a group setting. Thanks.